It's Hiedi Scott with DIY and on this video tutorial we're going to make some cute pillows. I'm calling them pretty pillows with this adorable brand new stencil from magnoliadiy.com. It's called Little Hair and Roses or something like that. Isn't that cute? So we're going to be doing that, and then we're going to be adding some flowers to our pillows. And I have a variety here. We're going to be doing some that are very neutral and some that are this bright pink. We're going to take some of them apart. I'm going to show you the whole process. And yeah, so let's start at the beginning. Okay, whenever you want to stencil on something like a pillow that people will lean up next to, possibly that might have a slightly damp shirt or jacket, or that might need to be washed, then you need to use permanent ink, which is what this is. Permanent ink has the white lid, okay? And what you're gonna do with this is you're gonna apply it on the stencil, wash the stencil out immediately, and then you're gonna heat set it. And let me show you how to do that real super quick, and then I'll show you. You just take your iron, set on cotton, no steam. And once your project is fully dried, you'll lay it down with a piece of parchment paper, and literally you're just going to do this for 3 or 4 minutes on both sides. And then that permanent ink is permanent. It's not going to smudge off on anything. It's not going to come off if you wash it. It's permanent. But the thing with the pillows that we're making today, they aren't, they're really for decorative purposes. You're not going to be able to wash these, but you still, in case somebody leans up next to it, you don't want it to smudge on somebody's clothes or on your sofa if that's where you have it. So you definitely still need ink. Okay, in order to be able to do this whole video, I stenciled my 2 pillows right here. I have one that's pink and one that is cream. And I've heat set them. Because if I stenciled them, then we'd just be waiting around for a long time to be able to do it. So I did it beforehand. And here is, it's a little bit hard to see in this bright light that I have here in my craft room, but here is white ink on this pink pillow. Isn't that sweet? And here is copper ink. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna put this one on my couch for sure. This is totally gonna go. So this is copper, which is this color right here. But I did want to mention that you could use whatever would appeal to you. You could use black ink, brown ink, silver ink, rose gold ink, pink, blue, green, orange, red, absolutely whatever would go with your decor. But I chose copper, and it's beautiful. Okay, and we're working with these flowers today, but I did want to mention that if you don't want to take apart some flowers and you have made a ton of these pulled string burlap flowers, you could use these on your pillow too. Okay, so these came from Dollar Tree last year, and I put them in an arrangement in my kitchen. And then when I switched that arrangement out, I threw them in my box of floral, and we're going to use some of these. Okay, so first thing you're going to want to do is pull the head. It's going to look like this off of the top of this part right here. And I'm choosing not to do the leaves, but you could certainly do the leaves on this as well. And then I'm going to cut off this little hump so it's mostly flat. And when you do that, sometimes it makes it so that your flower will fall apart. So I'm just going to put a couple little dots of glue in between the layers. Just random. And that will keep the whole thing together. I'm also going to put a little dot of glue on the plastic thing that is on the bottom of it. That is what gives this particular flower its shape and form. Okay, so that was super easy. And here we have a beautiful flower. And before I came live, I did a few others. I did this one. And then this is one of these. And I want to show you that. Okay. These have like little connectors in between each bit of the flower. So what you're going to have to do if you want to use these is you're going to, and you can use scissors for these, especially for the Dollar Tree ones, because they, this is plastic, there's no metal in here. So I'm going to pull this apart and take these little connector pieces out. And then I'm just going to reassemble it with a little teeny dot of glue. And then we'll cut this, we'll cut the little stem off in just a second. Okay, where is that hole? There we go. You wouldn't have to do this with a normal flower. I just had to do this because these ones have a profile that I don't think would work with this idea. Okay, one more piece. With the hot pink ones, we're going to take those apart and we're going to create something really fun. Okay. So this right here has become this. You see how the profile is different? And I'm going to put just a little teeny bit more glue on the very bottom layer. And then I'm going to clip this stem off. All right, so here's my idea. For this beautiful pillow that has roses in this wreath right here, we're going to fill in some of the floral parts with 2D or 3D, I don't know which this would be, flowers. And I think it's going to be awesome. So and I am using somebody will ask, my Sherbonder Cool Shot Low Temperature Hot Gluing Device. This is just the regular hot glue that goes with this glue gun. I'm not using the special fabric glue because it's a little more expensive and this is never going to be washed. So really the only time I use the special fabric glue for this Sherbonder Cool Shot is when it's something like a tea towel or a t-shirt or something that will need to be washed. All right, so there's lots of flowers here and I'm just going to kind of start. That first flower is hard to get brave. It's going to be really pretty. All right, and let's do this one. And you're going to have glue strings everywhere, I promise. Seriously. Okay, this is kind of a smaller flower. So I'm going to put it right here. And I'm just kind of making my own decision about where the flowers should go. All right, and we need another big something, which we could create something different so it's not the same as this one right here. Let's do that. Let's use one of these and one of these. And what I really like about this particular flower is the center. So I want to make sure that I am able to use that. Okay, so I'm just taking the whole thing apart. And you know what? This one has a pretty center too. So let's just go with that. So basically I am just going to layer the outside of these two flowers together. So there are lots of different sizes and styles of flowers out there, and you can absolutely use whatever appeals to you. This is just what I had on hand in my flower box. And when I looked at these flowers, I thought, oh yeah, I love these. I'm going to for sure use these ones. And that is how I landed on copper as my color. Okay, and I'm going to put this one right here. And then I have a couple of little ones. And I'll probably keep adding off camera. Needs to be shorter. To me, it does not matter if the flower design shows through a little bit. That's just fine in my opinion. Oh my gosh, this looks fabulous already. What do you guys think? Have you ever done something like this? I don't think I ever have. I was talking to my good friend Diane earlier today and telling her about this idea, and she said, why don't you use some of the flowers that you love to make, like the rolled rosettes, using the pulled string, or the pulled string burlap flowers, or some lace little flowers. And that sounded awesome, but I wanted to do something different. So I wanted to be able to use some faux flowers to create this. And that's why we're doing it this way. And I will just continue fiddling around with it and add some more flowers to it. But what do you guys think? Stay with me because we're going to do the brighter color one now. I might have to dig a little further to see what else I can find that would go with this idea. Isn't that cute? Okay, so that's the first one that I wanted to show you. The second one is this pink, and both of these pillow covers are just things that I had in my stash of craft supplies. I can't remember where either one of them came from, but I can tell you that the pillow covers that Magnolia sells are the best by a long ways. And my only problem is that I don't have any of the 18 by 18 cream colored ones in my stash, so I need to order some more. So that's why I just used these. And this one I did in white, which is not as easy to see on the camera, but you can see it in person. You could do any different color if you didn't like the white. Let me move these flowers out of the way. And let's play with these. All right, this is a Dollar Tree flower. This is a Dollar Tree flower. These are from Walmart, and I just picked them up this week. And what appealed to me was the hot pink and the kind of peach colors together. So let's take a couple off. And let's cut this little bump off. And then I might just take some of these or this and add to the center. But I want to glue my layers together so it doesn't fall apart. I'm going to start on the outside and just put a little teeny dab of glue and work in each layer. And I also want to put a little dab of glue on this green part. That's what gives it the shape. Okay, this is pretty right now. This one is also pretty right now, and I added a button to it, one of my vintage mother pearl buttons, just to see what I thought. And I think for this project, I just want to stick to the flowers. So I'm going to pull some of this little white stuff off, and we're going to try putting that in the center. These pillows, by the way, are not going to be something that would be comfortable to put on your bed and lay your head on. They're purely decorative. And also, I don't think there's any way that you could wash them. Okay, so there's one. Here's another one that we can take apart and maybe add some of this to it. If you have an easier way to glue the layers together, please tell me in the comments. And what do you guys think? I have had my eyes on my project so much that I haven't seen what anyone is saying. Do you like this idea? I thought it was kind of different. And I love flowers, obviously. If you've been watching DiyDreaming for any amount of time, you know that I do flowers at least several times every week. Okay, so let's just add this one to the center. Ooh, that's going to be so pretty. And then I will keep gluing. If you had bigger flowers to start out with, you wouldn't even necessarily need to do anything. I just didn't want to go out again because today is my Bible study day and I've been out of the house all morning. So I'm like, I'm going to use what I have on hand. Okay, so I have this flower and this flower. I have this one that has the button in the center, only I don't want that button. So let's add this one to this stack that I have going. And then we can also do some little ones. Let me just glue this together real quick. When you take them off their plastic stems, they can have a tendency to kind of fall apart. That's why I'm gluing the layers. Okay, and I'm just going to plunk that right in here. So what do you guys think about this stencil? Where did I put it? I have a very strong feeling about this stencil, that it will probably be one of the first Easter themed stencils that will go out of stock, that will sell out. So if you love this, I wouldn't wait too long to grab it. And the thing about this is that you could just use this adorable bunny, or you could just use this part that has this beautiful garland with flowers, or you could use the whole thing together. You can use it with chalk paste, with ink, and these magnolia stencils are reusable many times. So you could use it, 5 times this Easter season, pull it out next year, use it 4 times next Easter season, then the next year 4 times. If you take care of them, they are reusable for a very, very long time. So if you want the information on that one, or if you want the recipe, that's what I'm calling it, the recipe for these pretty pillows, just tell me in the comments and I'll get you all the information. Okay, I think we have enough flowers to start playing. And what am I going to do with this? Well, we'll see. Okay, these are smaller than the ones that I had before. So my thought was to do a combination. And I'm going to cut these off sort of long so that I can lay them down, glue them down, and then we'll glue the bigger ones over the top. And we'll hide the stems. Okay, here's a very big flower, and I'm just going to start laying some of these down. Lay down. I'll hold this up in just a second. And we can continue building on it, but what I wanted to point out was I didn't take their little tiny stems off. Can you see that? Because these little ones from Dollar Tree will fall completely apart if you do that. And we can totally hide that. You know, we'll just add another flower here, a bigger one, and it's gonna work just fine. So let's grab some of these little white ones and we'll add some of those in. You could use scissors to cut this kind of part. It's just plastic. It's not even any wire at all in there. Okay, let's try this. One more. And then we will add a bigger flower. All this could be much quicker and easier if you have larger flowers that you can just clip the backs off and stick them on. But it's kind of fun to create something totally your own. So we'll use this one. I'm just going to plunk it right here in the center. And I'm going to hold it down a little bit, and that's going to be lovely. And you know what? I might add a button to this one. I'm pushing the back layers into the glue that I put down. That's pretty sweet. I know it is much harder to see because of the white ink, but it's really pretty. All right, let's put another couple of flowers down just so we can see in general what it is going to look like. You can pretend that there's flowers wherever you want on this design. This design, oh my gosh, it looks fabulous on tea towels. It looks great on a wood sign. It would be super cute on a little Easter bag. You know, something that maybe a tote bag that you carry around. I think there are a ton of different things that you could do with it. And I think what I'm going to want to do is create some more of these flowers. So let's pull a couple more apart and add them. And I might just clip the stems off and use some of these smaller ones. That could be very pretty. Maybe I'm not liking these little ones as much as I thought I would. I don't know. Quick glue my layers together so it doesn't fall apart. Clip this little nub off. We can stick this one in at an angle. Oh my gosh. Yes, we sure can. I'm going to leave the stem on this one long, and we're just going to poke it in underneath here. Okay, oh my gosh, I'm loving this so far. I'm loving everything about it except for one thing. I'm not loving these little flowers right here, so I might pull those off and just do, you know, a combination of these flowers. So let's go a little bit further. These flowers from Walmart, I think were something like $3.97. So, and I loved the colors. Oh my gosh, and I also bought 3 bundles of orange and orangey yellowish and kind of a coralish tulips. And we're going sometime in the next week or so, going to turn those into a carrot, which I think is going to be very pretty. Okay, where should we put this one? Let's see if I can even pull these off at this point. I'm destroying this part of my pillow. Okay, I will do that part, well, off camera. You know how it is, how sometimes you have a great idea and then you change your mind midstream? Well, that's what I'm doing right now, is changing my mind in the middle. And I'm gonna instead use some smaller little flowers that are gonna kind of be poked in sideways. Okay. That wasn't the end of the world. This one doesn't want to come up though. There we go. Just quickly glue this flower together just a little bit. This is the reason why I'm using low temperature hot glue today and every day, because I just got it all over my fingers and it wasn't super comfortable, but I'm not crying. So that is why I don't ever really use, unless I have to for some reason, I don't really use hot glue anymore, because it's just such a bummer when that happens. Okay, let's poke these two in here. Let's make one of these short and then poke the other one in. Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. I might have to go back to Walmart and get some more of these flowers. Okay, I'm going to hold this up, and then we're going to review, and then I am going to continue fiddling around off camera. Look at that. What do you guys think? Isn't that pretty? Tara says, I'm the reason she uses low temperature now. And it's a game changer. Yes, it is. You know, they have those little, these little finger things. But I just don't feel like I have good dexterity when I have that on. So I'd rather not use those if I don't have to. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. So I will finish this one up off camera. Let me show you the other one. Where did I put it? Oops, right here. This one, oh my gosh, I love it. I'm gonna play with this for a while. This is the new, it's called Little Hair and Roses or something like that. This is a fabulous stencil. The detail is amazing. It's like a pen or ink sketch. And you could totally make it look different on all kinds of different things, just based on what colors you choose. So for this one, I used copper ink. And then these are some Dollar Tree flowers, which I'm going to continue working on this one also off camera. And I'm going to add a little bit more, like I did with the other one. And once I have them finished, which will probably be tomorrow, I'll put the pillows in them and take pictures so that you can see. All right, so that is what our project was today, our live project. I hope that it inspired you. And if you decide to do something like this, I would love to see pictures. So post those over at that free group that I set up a couple of years ago for us, which is called Dreamy DIY. Post your pictures over there. If you haven't joined yet, you can put Dreamy space DIY in the search bar on Facebook. It should bring you to the group. Make sure you answer the 3 questions. And then my admin will admit you to the group. And then you can look at everyone's pictures and share your own pictures there. If you haven't already liked and followed DIY Dreaming, you might want to do that too. Do a this or a this. That's a heart. Or say something to me in the comments. Let me know if you want the recipe for this idea of pillows. Or if you have any questions, feel free to sprinkle. Debbie says, recipe for the rabbit. I will get you a rabbit pillow recipe as soon as I'm finished. Thank you so much to the person who did stars. I'm sorry I didn't catch that live, but I sure do appreciate it. Alrighty. Let me see if there are any more questions. Barbara says it's pretty. Just looking at your comments to see if there are any questions that I can answer. Both of these pillows, after I stenciled them with the ink, I let them dry 100%, and then I heat set them with a hot iron. Why did I heat set them when they will never go in the washing machine? I heat set them just in case they would get damp on somebody's back of their jacket or something. I wouldn't want chalk paste. I wouldn't use chalk paste on this project because it could rub off on somebody's clothing or get on your sofa. You need ink for this kind of a pillow project. And the inks from magnoliadiy.com, they have a white lid. All right, well, you guys have a blessed and wonderful rest of your day, and I'll get pictures. I'll put them here as well as just at DIY Dreaming, and I hope to see you tomorrow. I have no idea what we'll be doing, but it'll be something fun. It'll probably involve either faith, family, or flowers. Take care.